Well, as the election's mounting up, it's only a matter of hours now before the election has come to the decision, and we look at upon whoever takes the reins is going to be interesting. It's all to do with heightened security. Heightened security is high. There's a lot more police activity, a lot more security put in place. Not only is the public anxious, but so is the politicians, to find out whom will actually take the next 5 years in Parliament. Who's going to mess it up? Who knows? Horrible to use them words, but everyone who takes power, they promise us this, they promise us that. But when it comes down to the bare rough knuckles of ill, it's just a matter of votes. At the moment, the runners are Conservatives. They're the front runners. Second by the Labour Party. Thirdly, the Liberals. And regrettably, anchoring between each other are the Democrats and... not the Democrats. The UKIP and the Green Party. Now, one of those are going to get through. It's all a matter of seats that they acquire. If they get enough seats, that looks good on their winning the election for the next 5 years. To mess us all up, as they probably will. With heightened security and concern of how and why these matters are taking place. Tomorrow is a crucial day. It's a crucial day in every aspect because someone is going to take the reins of the country for the next 5 years. It's all speculation who is going to do it, and it is how they're going to approach in doing so. At the end of the day, no one's going to know how the outcome is going to be, but we all know that everyone's going to have to be wary, vigilant. We're all anxious to who's going to take reins. We're all anxious, is it going to be going without incident? The heightened alert state that maybe, we need to be extra vigilant because of the election. It's right upon us. It's only a matter of hours away. We'll go to our polling stations, pick who we want to get in, and then if we survive that, and they survive that, then we know who's going to take the country for 5 years. 5 years is a long time for them to mess up. But, as ever is concerned, is providing whoever takes reins of the country will concentrate on the safety issues that are taking place. Terrorist threat is a real threat. We all know that's a real threat. We all need to be aware of that threat. Annoyingly, but this is the society we are living in now. Personally, the Tories are more worried about votes. I don't think they're worried about the care, as long as they ain't going to interfere with, who knows, their pies, in their fingers in their pies. The Labour, they're worried about one thing, allegedly equality. Equality. Their equality is dictated by who's got the most money. Then we'll take consideration. The Liberals, we only want one thing, and that is to win. Whatever they're promising, who knows will they'll achieve that. Cuts in benefits, definitely. Cuts in the NHS, definitely acceptable, and we know that's going to happen, whomever takes the reins of the country for 5 years. Then you look upon UKIP and Green Party. They're promising God knows what. They're rather cautious of what they are saying they are promising in their elections and in their leads up to elections. You know, like the advertisements, vote us, general election things that you see take place in this country. But everyone seems to be forgetting greatly that in spite of all of what they're promising and that they never will achieve to accomplish, for various reasons, only the government know. We all have our own suspicions, but it's not a conspiracy. This is just a fact. Whoever's going to take the country, whoever's going to have power for the next 5 years, they've got a hard road ahead of them. And they've got to come forth at least with what they're planning for everyone to do. I mean, you've got the Labour, they've got to get a lot of country, they've got to get a lot of counties. Conservatives have already got quite a lot of those. The Liberals also a moderate amount. It all at the end of the day, for them to get elected, is how much of the constabulary they actually get. Do they get most of the country, a third of the country, or the eighth of the country? We're all there ones to dictate who gets where. But I said the favouritism is unfortunately the Conservative Party, followed by the Labour Party, thirdly by the Liberals. I wouldn't say anything about the UKIP or the Green Party because I think they're up against too much of a challenge which I can't see in the eyes of the Madin public they're going to succeed. We all know that in the events of the sad events that have taken place and the loss of lives that have taken place, Tories have come forth with that. They haven't achieved, they've done the talk, but they haven't done the action. But that won't reflect on their votes and their constabularies they actually get. It'll be curious to see who gets it, and we're all worried and terrified to think who is going to get it, because we don't know where and if another attack's going to take place, because no one has taken a reasonable approach to attack the situation, to address the situation. The situation is grim and it's very hard. But as reference to, you know, the heightened security, which is pretty much open now, everyone can see there's more police are being visualised. Unfortunately, so are the gun ones, and before we know it, everyone's out there. The eyes are upon how and whom gets to the power. Both the Parliament and the public are more concerned whom will be running the country this time Wednesday. Wednesday we'll know who's won and who's not. And then we'll be able to see which way we're going to go. I said the Conservatives are interested in the finances and the interests of their own pocket. Labour are interested in their popularity and how well they can come over to the public. Liberals are just the Liberals. They're interested in cordoning and cutting various manners and various taxes. Green Party and UKIP, we don't know what they're trying to do. UKIP aren't making much of an effort. But at the end of the day, it's all about finances and how much people are going to make. There's no finances in political wing. There's no finances in government protection to the terrorist threat that is ongoing. So we've got to think upon that. Would that sway us to still vote the Conservatives, or will that sway us to vote the Labour Party? The Labour Party are all about equality and people being able to go to education and learn. Now the fact is, will they learn or will they not? Or is it just the usual talk to get voted in? Only you and I will see the outcome of what the Parliament are going to actually have within their house. I hope it's someone sensible, but who's sensible in the political wing? Not really many. As I said, The Conservatives are all for the rich. The Labour are all for the equality. Liberals are all for the right wing. That don't really achieve a great deal. UKIP, all for the British subject. Green Party, oh, what we can save from the environment. How's that going to help the terrorist threat that is still upon us, that we've still got to face head on? Today, time is running out, the countdown is on, everyone's going to be voting. We've all got our speculations who's going to get in, but we know pretty much who's likely to. The favouritism is where we don't want to be. Privatisation, that seems to be the way. But is there truthful profit in that? Now you and I don't know this sort of factor. This only a report, it's just a preliminary debate on wondering whom is going to get in there. And whoever does, they've got a real hard task, I will not debate. Whoever gets into power and run the country for 5 years, they have got a hard work ahead of them. There's many issues they must address. Whether they do, I don't know. I'm not here at liberty to state. We don't know who's going to get in. But we are most foremost thinking about one aspect, and that's the aspect of our protection in the future. The EU situation. Everyone's talking about the EU situation. The EU situation has still not been solved. One party wants it to happen, one party is still fighting for it not to happen. Either way, no one wins. They're changing the policies for the trades. They're changing the policy for the private sector. More councils might bite the bullet. No one really knows. No one can be sure. All we can hope in our own deepest thoughts is that whoever takes the reins for the next 5 years can turn something around rather than actually cripple people even further. I mean, life is tough in England. We know this. But we all, providing we all net together and stay together, we become one and of a force of people who've got their minds, we've got our speech, we can say what we want within legal parameters. All we can hope is whoever takes the reins, albeit the Conservatives, the Labour, Liberals, Green Party or UKIP, that they do it right this time. But do comprehend the security of the homeland. That's what we really need to concern ourselves with these days. It's a bigger threat, it's an ever growing threat, and no one can be sure where or if a next attack is going to happen. And if it does, who's going to attack it? How are they going to attack it? No one's worrying about that at the moment. All they're worrying about is getting in there, in Parliament, getting the votes. We don't want that. We need people to assure us as the public or us as human beings that whoever takes the power, they take the situation seriously enough to act upon. Don't mean start a war, just act upon the situation that needs to be addressed. The safety of the homeland, the safety of everybody living in the UK. Regardless, we're all equal, we all need protection, and we all need someone to address that situation. We'll only have to see. We don't know. Whoever gets it, we will find out. As long as they do it right this time and don't mess up like they always do. Promise us this and take away with that 10 times the amount. So that's not me for deciding. It's not for us to come to our own conclusions. Well, yeah, it's for us to come to our own conclusions. But it's not me to say and dictate that is what's going to happen. I'm just reporting on the fear of what's going to happen next as it builds up, as the security is higher at the moment. But it'll only be higher until this election is over. This time tomorrow we'll know who is running the country. And may God be our witness, and may someone be our witness and agree that whoever we vote do act upon the safety of the residents within England. That's all we can hope. Forget the profit, forget the privatisation, concentrate on the safety first. Then worry about your taxes, worry about what you're going to earn and how you're going to earn it and how you're going to benefit everybody who's entitled to benefit with the situation, which is a big serious problem. That's all I can say. That's maybe too much, but we shall see. And who wins, no doubt I'll make another report on that as well. We shall see. I can't say a great deal on that because I may vote, but I can't disclose who I'm going to vote for. We all have our own opinions who should be right in that chair. But my personal opinion, they should forget the election for now. They should concentrate in amalgamating themselves, set the differences aside for now, postpone the election and concentrate on the safety of the UK. That's what we need to concentrate on now. At the moment, we're at high alert regardless. So whomever and whatever need to concentrate on that. When we do our little vote, concentrate who you're voting on. Be honest to yourself what they're going to do and what they've done from their history. Don't let somebody walk over us with false promises, which all politicians do. We can only hope our hands are within the politicians. But let's hope it's within us as well to be wise on whom we allow to take the country for 5 years. That's all I can say on this report. Pre-election report by Martin Mitchell.